And with the way the economy is right now, many of us are having a hard time just getting by. Joining us right now, Dr. Toni Galardi. She's a columnist and licensed psychotherapist, and she coined the term lifequake, here to show us 7 steps to survive an economic earthquake. Good morning, Dr. Galardi.
Good morning, Arthur.
First of all, what is a lifequake?
Okay, so the difference between a financial crisis and an economic lifequake is that it's an opportunity to completely change our value system in this country.
Okay, so what does that mean, really?
What it really means is that we have to begin to look at how to simplify. And really, if you look into your life, there are probably places where you haven't been using your membership in a gym or a country club or whatever.
So basically, it's those Americans, we are used to conveniences.
That's right.
And so we take a little inventory and go, you know what, don't really need that. No, I don't have to do that.
That's
Can
right.
downsize. Okay, let's get to some of these full screens we have here, because you have some specific tips.
Okay.
Let's see, going with survive a lifequake, observe the entropy.
All right, so wherever it is, again, where things are starting to die and are no longer life-giving.
Got it.
Your health habits. You know that when we're going through a stressful time, consuming a lot of caffeine is just going to make you more fearful.
Okay.
So cutting your caffeine consumption.
Interesting.
Okay.
Get rid of the jitters. Okay, next we have take an inventory.
All right, take an inventory into your life to see what kind of people are draining you.
Energy as well. And people ask money from you all the time. Get away from me. Get rid of those people. Go ahead, doctor.
Exercise, really important during a time of stress, making sure that you're getting out there, and even if it's just a walk in the park for 20 minutes will de-stress and allow your body to be a little more calmer.
Yeah, again, we're talking about ways to survive these economic times. Next is detach.
Yes. So it's about looking at what am I holding on to. Sometimes we have to let go of that house with that huge mortgage payment and look at, living much more simply. I have a friend who thought the worst thing that could have happened to her was to lose her home.
Yeah.
She ended up in a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 kids. 2 years later, she said it was the best thing that happened to them. They grew closer. They had one TV to watch, so they all had to sit in the living room together. They couldn't go out to eat as much, so they were eating more organic food at home.
That's great.
So
I get that.
So you can't, even in what seems like the worst thing that could happen, like losing your home, could actually benefit you.
Which is bad, and we can't imagine that and understand and get to that place right away.
But that's what people fear.
There is light at the end of that tunnel. What does security mean?
Well, that's the thing to look at. What does security mean? That's what we're being called to ask ourselves. Is it an inner state? Do we, I have a client who said to me that he was about to lose his business and is going through bankruptcy, and that he realized that he made security all about money, and that his ability to provide for his family is who he thought he was as a person.
Of course, of course. Next is the new blueprint.
Okay, so it's about designing a foundation for your life that's fault-free. You think about what happens when an earthquake hits. If your house has fault lines, from the earth running through it, and you don't have great retrofitting, your house is going to be destroyed. So it's developing an emotional retrofitting that allows you to bend with change.
Be flexible, guys. And finally, I'm just going to run through your final one, which is keep your mind fertile, which is just to, again, try to get rid of fear as much as you can. Be creative, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, Dr. Galardi, thank you very much, because this is something that is hitting everybody.
Thank you, Arthur.
All right, good to see you this morning. Thank you. Okay, by the way, wait, hold on. There's a book, lifequake.net, for more information. Dr. Galardi's book, The Lifequake Phenomenon, is due out in spring of 2009. So there. Thank you very much, Doctor.